This tutorial will explain the differences between a standard hunt group and using a group, and the reasons you would want to do that. As we look at call forwarding, we can see we have two call forward entries here. In call forwarding, we're always going to call the first entry and then the second entry and work our way down the list in a cascading fashion. Therefore, within this interface here, we cannot do any sort of simultaneous ring, most idle, rotation, things like that. So if we needed to do some sort of special calling, we first need to create a group and then apply that group as a call forward entry. If we go to Settings, Forwarding Groups, we can define our groups here. You can see we do have one group created. We'll start by adding a new group, and we'll say this is a simultaneous ring. And we are going to start from a new group from scratch. There's three things that we need to do here. Choose a calling method, potentially choose a grace period, and then add context to the group. The method gives us 5 different choices. We can do a call rotation, most idle calling, so who has been off the phone for the longest period of time, least call time, who has the least amount of call time for the current 24-hour period, end waiting. End waiting is a way to just do a standard cascading list within the group, and then simultaneous. And so simultaneous is what we want. We will ring all members of the group at the same time. We'll save this. Now we can choose a grace period. A grace period is essentially a wrap-up time. It gives a person that's answering the phone time to wrap up the call, to do whatever they need to do before their phone would ring again. Okay, so if I put in 120 seconds, it means that this particular person will have up to 2 minutes, or at least 2 minutes, after they hang up their phone call before they can get another call through this group. Now, that doesn't apply to standard calls to their extension or to their phone, but rather calls that go through this group. And the last thing is to add members. We can add members either by number or user. So I'll go ahead and choose a user here. We'll add another member based on phone number. And for simultaneous ring, we can add up to 35 members to this group. Now that we have 2 members, we'll hit Done Editing. This will take us back to our overview. Now we can see the new group that we've created. And we simply go back to Settings, Delivery, Call Forwarding, and we can now apply this group as another call forward entry. So if we want this to cascade from these 2 entries down to eventually the group, we would add a new entry, choose Group, choose the group we created, save that, and now this becomes a third call forwarding entry. So it will cascade through the list and then eventually hit the group, and now it will ring each one of those phones within that group. We can rearrange this if we want to. Maybe we want to simultaneously ring the group first and then cascade through the rest of the list. That's all there is to setting up groups in call forwarding.